Hey, what's up, YouTube land? It's your boy, Eddie Hill, the White Oak, Pennsylvanian toy collector, and today we'll be reviewing the Masterforce Legacy Iguanas. And yes, this is one I sought after for a long time for starting my official Masterforce shelf. And I'm so glad to have it in the collection. I don't have his original gun, which is a shame. But I got him this grenade launcher he can use. But once it reaches a minute, we're going to look at this figure. And a little bit of a bio on Masterforce Iguanas. Masterforce is one of the... Iguanas is one of the Masterforce Pretender Decepticon monster pretenders. And they had 3, Skullgrin and Dive Bomb and Iguanas. But now it's been a minute. Let's look at Iguanas himself. As you can see, they turned him into a motorcycle, which is so cool. I dig the motorcycle mode. I don't have the original figure to compare with, but it's still cool to see him as a motorcycle going vroom vroom. And look at that. He looks cool, doesn't he? Definitely a worthwhile figure I picked up for certain, huh? But now we're going to do some comparisons in bot mode. I'm going to have to lean him up against the backdrop. He does not like stand-in for the purple backdrop, which goes well with his purple vehicle mode. Here he is with part of Overlord, the tank part of Overlord. You can see he's in the little bit smaller compared to Overlord's tank form. Here he is with none other than Overlord's jet mode. You can see he is definitely a little smaller compared to that one, huh? And here's Overlord's wing. I'm telling you, this thing just pops off all the time. That's the thing with Titan's Return. These pieces always pop off. Here he is with Fangry, one of the Headmaster Decepticons. It's the original release from the 80s. You can see Fangry is in scale with Overlord. And not Overlord, Iguanas, if you want to be simple about it. And last but not least, here he is with his fellow Pretender, Skullgrin from G1. I don't have the Pretender shell, or I'd be showing it off. But yeah. Now we're going to get down to transforming Iguanas and dig out this gun I gave him, which works for Iguanas very well. Transform is very simple. You're going to split the legs like so. Split the arms from the tires, like so. And there's a specific way you put him in the robot mode. You flip his legs down, like so. Second verse, first, flip it down. Rotate his feet, like so. Yep. Very easy. Going to rotate this section up, like so. So it forms his backpack. Coring this section up. Rotate his waist around, and then rotate his legs to the proper position. Fold his arms down, and there we go. Iguanas is transformed, and we're going to give him this shotgun, because I don't have his original gun. You just peg it in there. It does require a little bit of force in it. And now he's got a shotgun. Laser shotguns and go pew, pew, bang, bang. And here is Iguanas in his robot mode. Since I get him to stand, there we go. The mighty Iguanas. And he is a core class bot, so he's not as big as other figures. So yeah, definitely glad I finally picked him up. But now to compare him with the other Decepticon Pretender I own, we're going to do my boy Skullgrin to see how scales with him. G1 and Legacy, it's precious. Transformers precious. Now we're going to compare him with the Headmaster, Fangry. And Fangry's just simple to transform. Rotate his legs down. I like to use his head as a way to stand him up. Give him this weird gun since I don't have his original gun. And here we got Fangry with none other than, iguanas. And Fangry is a little bit bigger than iguanas, but he does not stand up very well. But now for their boss, their temporary boss, Overlord. I'm going to start with his legs here. Split the legs, like so. And yeah, there we go. Fold them in. I got a bit of more comparisons we're going to dig out for bot mode. But once it reaches that point, we're going to have to go find them real quick. But yeah. There's his gun. We're going to need that later. Flip his feet into the position. And there you got the legs all done. Overlord's going to get quite tall. Here we go. Flip his section down. Flip out his hands, like so. He is really, really loose on my copy. And stuff is always popping off him. So yeah, I got to handle this figure with care. I've had him for so long, he's gotten a little bit tight in places, and he tends to come apart a little bit. There we go. Fold in his hand, give him his gun, and finally split his nose cone to form his shield. And yeah, I'm collecting more of the masterforce stuff I don't have. I still got to go back and get a lot of masterforce Decepticons and Autobots. But yeah, here we got Overlord with iguanas. And we're going to have to adjust the camera, pull the camera back a little bit because Overlord's a tall boy. As you can tell, Overlord is definitely taller than iguanas. He's a big boy. Big boy Overlord. Still cool. I got the rest of the comparisons around here. Just need to go find them. See the last bit of comparisons before we end the video. Put them. No, I just had them yesterday. Where did I put them? They're around here somewhere. I'm still in the process of cleaning the room up. So, cleaning the rooms up again. Let's see where they are. Here we go. Found them. That was easy. They're a lot closer than I thought. Here we got the only Autobot I owned for Masterforce in the Deluxe class, but he was in the commercial with double Target Masters. Here is Scoops with Overlord and Iguanas. And finally Airwave, because he was in the commercials as a Micromaster base. Why not? It's still cool. And, of course, the Micromasters that showed up with Genrai. We got a lot of Micromasters here. So let's line up all the Micromasters, and then we'll do how many figures from Masterforce we actually own. But as you can see, we have quite a bit of figures. And I'm still trying to get more for the shelf. And it's going to be quite a full shelf of Masterforce. Probably by the time I'm done collecting. Okay, that's so far 7 Micromasters. Here's 8. Tank 1 does not like stand unless I get him angled. Here we go. The other Tank 1 does stand better. Now for the cars. Going in next. Fire truck. And there we go. Here we have our Micromasters. And how many Micromasters do I own? Well, we own quite a bit. We own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Micromasters. But yeah, before we end this video, let's get a group shot of how many of each figures I actually own. And then we're going to animate these figures by taking some pictures. And that'll be cool. Yeah. So we're going to take pictures of each bot and animate them separately. We already did Overlord, so we're just going to re-upload that one. Okay. We're lining up our Masterforce bots. Do the epic group shot of all the Masterforce we own. And we do have quite a little collection of the Masterforce Decepticons, Autobots, Micromasters, all the things that were in Masterforce in the commercials or the TV show. But yeah, I love having these bots. They're a lot of fun, and I highly recommend them. I'm definitely going to try to pick up more from this line because it's a fun toy line to collect from. So yeah, how many do I own? We're going to start counting to see how many we own all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Masterforce action figures. Are these figures worth the money? I'd say yes. They're a lot of fun to mess around with, and they're so cool and awesome. I don't regret picking these up. If you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please make sure to like. Please make sure to comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. And it's Eddie Hill, moving on and rock out YouTube land.